Hello, everyone. This is Nia S with the Emerging Adult, and I am here with these beautiful kings. Can you please introduce yourself to the people?
Hello, my name is Jacoby.
I'm Rashad.
And my name is Demary.
Oh, I love it, ladies. Let's watch. So I have a few questions for him, and we just want to talk about these beautiful queens and what y'all think about them, and let's open up this discussion. So question one, y'all ready?
Right.
Okay. What is it about black women that makes them that girl? Just jump on in. Just jump on in.
Everything. It's just the way she walk, the stride, just everything. The skin complexion.
Love it.
The hair. They can rock anything. Fro, curls, the long hair, down to the details as far as, their jewelry, what they like to wear, the cuticles, like stuff like that. Yeah, so it's just everything. I
love it.
Yeah, so.
I love it.
I believe I agree with all of that, but I also believe that what makes a woman that girl would have to be just her confidence, how she carries herself mostly. Like if you carry yourself with a sense of purpose and you know exactly who you are and what you bring to the energy of the room, what you bring to the table, what you bring to a discussion, what you bring to like a particular project, I feel like that's what makes a woman like that girl, like a woman that just knows her power and her authenticity and who she is.
I love that.
And for me, what makes that woman that girl is, like he said, the confidence. I love the skin complexion. It's almost like black women can do no wrong to me. Of course, there are some times where things get a little rocky, but at the same time, I will still be there for black women. I've only dated black women. I plan to marry black women. I plan to have black children. There's nothing I can't say negatively about black women. I don't know. I can't really put it all into words, but black women is the, what.
Oh, I love it. I love that because it's so rare to hear black men just really go in about how much you all love black women. So I, for one, appreciate everything you all just said. Can you please describe the ideal black woman for you? If you had to say what the ideal black woman is, give us some characteristics.
I've dated a few black women before, and I think one of the major characteristics or qualities that I loved a lot was just like a peaceful spirit. Like I don't like drama, like in any sense of the word. So a woman who knows how to present herself in a way that's reflective of like light and positivity, positive reinforcement, like I can appreciate that from a black woman. Yeah.
Well, can I ask you this before you, because a lot of people say black women are so extra and spicy, and for you to say that they bring a lot of peace, what do you think was the difference of why they brought so much peace to you?
I would say the way they were raised, the way they kind of didn't allow certain aspects of their environment to change who they were on the inside, and I can appreciate that about a black woman. Not trying to, I would say, I guess, conform to like, say if she came like from like a toxic background, toxic environment, and she says, you know what, I don't want to be that. I see myself being like a little bit different than that, or a whole lot more different than that. I can appreciate that about a black woman, for real.
I love that.
I think the thing that really stands out for me for a black woman is just her sense of responsibility, just accountability. We can do anything within the parameters of a relationship, but if I feel as though something may be wrong, can we sit down, can we talk about it? Can you tell me, okay, you see that, well, what can we do to come to some type of truce, some type of like middle point to where we can get it fixed in correlation to what I may need to do, so it's just about her responsibility, her her ability to self-assess. What can we do to continue to grow, because a lot of stuff burn out, and that's because a woman doesn't want to be like, well, this is how I am, this is who I'm gonna be. But if you are willing to try to fix and try to self-assess, assess prior to notification from your significant other. I think that's real big. That's
So
real
have you
big.
found that more black women have been willing to adjust and talk to you and come to a correlation?
um as you were asking me, have I found that?
Because a lot of people think black women are really combative and we don't want to submit and all
Right.
that kind of stuff. So that was interesting that you said that you found that your ideal black woman.
I just
would
think
do
that's
that.
from the past. I just think that that's a big trait that I'm starting to look forward to, because it was a lot of that. It was a lot of stubbornness, and then it just made it seem as though I was insecure about me,
Okay.
and no, baby, you got a problem too.
I got you.
So it's just like, can we sit down? Can we correlate? Can we communicate and figure out what's going on? So what's the problem and what do we need to change? So,
Oh, that's an ideal characteristic. I love that.
For me, ideal characteristics are black women that are hustlers, black women that know what they want from themselves and out of a man, black women that's fashionable, black women that can communicate, that can effectively tell me how they're feeling, and me understanding how they feel. As far as you speaking about being combative, I think black men as a whole should do a lot better with giving black women more security to where they don't have to be combative. As a black man, I can honestly say that some black men don't give black women the security they need, so they kind of feel like they're the opposition. And black men, we should do a lot better with communicating and being able to effectively talk about our emotions as well as them as well. And like he said, compromising and accountability, those are just a few qualities that I would talk about a lot. But like I said, I could talk about this all day.
You have more to add?
I love all of that.
I do too.
I love all of that. And I also want to say this in addition to what I was saying. I'm not asking for, you know how like on social media they say, oh, you need to be my peace, but they don't want to bring nothing in return. I feel like we have to equally be each other's peace.
Most definitely.
Because there are some things that need to be resolved within a healthy space and discussion of conflict resolution that can only be provided through a sense of knowing how to be peaceful about it.
and I was just gonna say, piggybacking off what Marion said, is 9 times out of 10 when we interact with a female, they already in a masculine energy. They already, that's what they are. They started like, based off past and what they started doing by themselves. So it's like when we come in, we gotta show like, look, I'm not with none of that. I'm like, look, I'm trying to bring you that peace if that's what you feel as though you need. So we can be peace for each other. So you can get her in her feminine energy, just like you say, so she can feel safe. Right. So
Well, let's go there. Why do you think a lot of black women are automatically in their masculine energy? when you meet
that's
them?
us. We did that. No, we did that. No, we did that. So it's just
That's
like
good accountability.
No, we did that. We did that. No, for real.
Expound.
So
I respect that.
basically in the past, like I said, like it's just more of a immature, boyish mentality, and so we just come with whatever intentions we come with, draining from that woman, and then that's when she like, okay, you took that and that was a part of my feminine energy. So now it's like I'm going to revert to this masculine energy, and I can when I rebuild that back, I can keep that and I can go on with my daily life in this masculine energy, and I can move forward as such. So when a king actually comes through and be like, okay, so what's the problem? That's where the correlation and the communication comes in. So she tell me what happened, so we can go and we can move forward and we can try to figure out a middle ground, so I can get you back in that feminine energy, and we could coexist beautifully. So
Truth. I love it.
I'll add to that. I think part of it is possibly failed relationships, but for me, I think it kind of stems from fatherhood or lack thereof. It all starts from there, not feeling protected, not feeling the love that a father should give his daughter. So when she grows up, she don't really know what love looks like. It kind of looks for it in the wrong places, and then you start dating the wrong type of guy. So like you said, when you do find that man who's not trying to be that person that you're expecting him to be, it's kind of hard for her to kind of like soften up or find that feminine energy. So as a black man, we got to kind of be patient and allow her to find that feminine energy, but also knowing when to leave if she's not willing to show that feminine energy.
That's truth. That's truth. I love it. So that's a great way to segue. How do you think the black men community can show more love to black women or love us correctly? What do you all think you can do to love black women correctly?
That's a good question.
Understanding their love language
That,
or love languages.
that.
I think a lot of black men get into a relationship thinking that they're going to be able to figure out the woman for themselves without actually trying to get to know exactly who they are and what they like for real.
Wow.
Because, you know, for a lot of black men, unfortunately, it's all about getting one thing out of it, you know. But if you really like get to the core of the woman, understand what it is that she wants from you, what it is she desires, she's going to tell you exactly what she wants. And you have to like meet those, I guess you could say, standards that she's looking for in you as the man that she's wanting to be, you know, a part of her life.
Truth.
I think it starts with us internally. So we gotta dig deep and figure out what's the problem with us. So if we can't present ourselves to a woman, you know, wholeheartedly and just as a whole, period, if we don't have the proper tools and everything of that nature to figure out what traumatized me in order for me to project this on these females.
Wow.
What happened to me? What do I need to fix before I try to, you know, come and try to be, you know, of any substance to this woman? Wow. So I think it's a big and then with that being said, it's just that men have been stigmatized to just be this macho guy, like. And then you try to bring this to this female, and at some point in time, you got to cut that off in order for y'all to actually bond and connect, and you get that. So, and don't get me wrong, like I know y'all females, y'all love the safety, y'all love the protection, but at some point, you gonna be stiff the whole time. Mm-hmm. Like it can't. And then a lot of it comes from the women, my queens are big mental beings. Like you gotta. All of the physical stuff, cool, but if you can't stimulate her mind,
most definitely,
you not gonna keep that. The wheel gonna stop, and it's a lot of dudes that don't know how to facilitate mentally. They can give the money, they can give the the sex, but at some point, that's gonna
it's gonna fade.
So we just gotta find us what's wrong with us internally.
A good middle ground for everything.
I love that balance.
No, I agree with the number one thing, understanding. Just having serious conversations. I talk about this a lot. Like when we were in middle school, high school, I don't think a lot of us learned the true art of dating, especially if we didn't grow up in a 2-parent household. Not at all. Growing up, writing letters, your favorite color, when your birthday, let's go on a few dates. You don't really know the person, but like when you get older, like he said, with understanding, you got to ask those deep-rooted questions. Questions about traumas, how were they raised, whether it's on love or survival, trigger words, trigger situations. So 100% understanding, and like he said as well, like knowing what you want out of the situation and knowing yourself. Because if you don't know what you want or you don't know yourself, how do you expect a woman to, I don't want to say necessarily say follow your lead, but how you expect her to walk beside you to give you what you want and you give her what she wants or needs, not wants. But
wow. That's deep. Those were great answers, guys. I love that. So with that, what would you say to women who subscribe to the I have to be strong mindset? That very, very, very independent, I have to be strong mindset. What would you say to them to kind of soften them or change that? Y'all kind of said it, but specifically.
Let me show you something. Let me show you something. But not for real. Like on a serious note, like let me show you something. Like because at the end of the day, it's just you can with the actions, you can do with the actions all day. But I mean with the words all day. Yeah. But if you're not showing any actions, if you're not showing most consistency definitely. In your actions, then she's not gonna be convinced to do like one thing about. That's the thing. Like the thing about me, if I see a woman in that type of energy, I'm not gonna be like, oh well, I do this, that, and the third. If she's interested in me, apparently she already saw something that's different from everybody else. So now it's my job to show you.
Come on.
Yo, let me show you. If you see that, then apparently let me show you the rest of it. So I'm gonna give you, the sustenance necessary for you to, switch off the masculine energy real quick, and
I love that.
I'll go. I grew up in a single parent household, so I 100% understand the independence and feeling like I got to do this on my own. I don't really have the words to kind of say like how that could change, but I think it's more so showing the woman that I could bring whatever she have, I could bring to the table and some. And I just kind of feel like once again, it's about the security. It's about allowing her to feel like, hey, like, yeah, I'm making money and he's making money, but he's making me feel secure and making me feel protected so I can kind of relax. But once again, like I said earlier, like if you're both independent and you all don't come to a middle ground on anything, both parties got to understand when it's time to bow out, because neither party should beg for the other person to do this or do that. Also, when it comes to independence, both of them have to be, have to compromise. Both of us are working. Both of us don't want to cook all the time. Both of us don't want to wash dishes. But at some point, like we both got to chip in and do it. Like I grew up in a household where my mom is married. They shared. They both did everything together. So that notion of, oh, a man should do this or a woman should do that. I didn't grow up in a household, so I don't expect a woman to cook for me all the time, iron my clothes, wash. Because I can do that on my own, and I can also do that for her. But at the same time, like I would love those things because I'm able to do those things for her. So,
yes.
These brilliant gentlemen took all the words out of my mouth.
It's kind of hard.
So
man.
I'm gonna go with that. Yeah,
I love that. I heard a lot of consistency. And yes, I love that consistency, communication. Last question. Can you share one situation with a Black woman that changed your life forever?
The moment literally just hit my brain.
Wow.
I remember when I was in the car with her. We were parked and I started talking about some past traumas and situations that happened in my life leading up to, where I was at that time when I was with her. And the way she embraced me was beyond anything I could have ever imagined from a Black woman. It felt
beautiful.
It was different. I was even crying in that situation. Like I was that vulnerable with her. And I love that. I feel like a lot of men deserve, women deserve as well, but a lot of Black men deserve emotional support. It's very, very important. We value that more than we, I think, tend to say it, but we need that. And I felt like in that moment, I needed that. It was magical for me.
Beautiful.
For me, it was basically Shorty really was a rider. So me personally, I never had that. Like every time things went rocky, it was basically arguing, led up to the demise. It was just a lot of stuff, negativity that led up to the demise. But I hit bad times. But before that, like I was good, and then I hit bad times. But she was still right there. Like she was stuck at the hip. So at that time, like I never experienced that. But outside of the stuff that needed to be worked on, no matter what, like Shorty was there. So I to this day I really appreciate her for that. And she rider. That was.
I would say for me, I have quite a few Black women that are friends, like platonically friends, and the support that they give me is just, I can't really explain it. Because there are things that I can talk to them about or they can talk to me about, and there is no ill will, there is no underlying like, oh, I'm gonna say this to her or to him to kind of get what I want out of them. But one of the most supportive things is therapy and going to therapy and having Black women congratulate me for even going and understanding that a lot more Black men need it. But when it comes to support, I have it hands down.
That's beautiful. So to you guys, I just want to say from the Black women community, we love you. We need you. We appreciate you. We support you. And we thank you all for sharing your hearts with us today. All right. I'm Nia S. White with The Emerging Adult, and I'm here with Jacoby, Rashad, and Demarion. And that's it.
And we're clear.
Woo!